So, in this lesson, we're going to take a look at our 5 most common chords. So, let me bring the camera down and let's get started. Alright, so here are our first 5 chords. So, we got our E minor. So, you can play E minor 2 ways. You can use your these 2 fingers or these 2 fingers. So I'm just going to run through them all to begin with. So here's the E minor. Here's my A minor. Here's a D. Here's a C. And a G. Now I can play this version G also, but I like to use 2 fingers here. So let's take a look at each one. So E minor, we put our second finger here on the A string in the 2nd fret. Just move it over a little bit because we got to take this finger and squeeze it on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. So both in the same fret, but they're going to be, so that means we got to bring this finger over. So 2nd fret on the A and the D strings. And then, yeah, you strum the whole thing. As always, if there's any problems, you know, you're playing this, something sounds muffled, check it out. And this is the E minor chord, so make sure you're hitting that low E also. Oh, a little more pressure. That's okay. Oh, that's muffled out. That's okay. Uh-oh. So I got some things going on here. So first of all, my finger is touching the high E over here. So I got to make sure you never want your hand to be cramped up like this, right up against that fretboard. You want it to hang down a little bit. You know, you should be able to take a finger and basically go over here and feel a little bit of a space underneath. See how I'm not up like that? It's hanging down. So this part of my hand is not touching my neck. That's what you want to strive for. You don't want it right up like this, because one, you're all really tight and stuff, and plus the skin can very easily touch that high E and muffle it up. Yep. So always try to hang this down off of the neck. So that's your E minor. And then you can also switch this, instead of these 2 fingers, you can use these 2 fingers. And that's what's showing in the diagram. Your 2nd finger here, 3rd finger here. But when we go from it depends on what you're transitioning to. If we're going from this to an A minor, we're just going to bring these 2 down, add this finger. There's an A minor. If we go into a D, it makes more sense to use these instead of going and have to switch around all my fingering. I can have these right here. Bring them down, spread them out a little bit, and then add this finger. Just much easier transition. So just know there's 2 ways you can play E minor. A minor, all you do is take these 2 fingers, bring them down by 1 string. So now this finger is on your D string. This finger is now on your G string, both in the 2nd fret. This finger now, we're going to add on the 2nd string, our B string, in the 1st fret. And then we strum this one from the A string down. Don't hit that low E. It muddies it up. So for A string down. There's your A minor. Now your C, what we're going to do is lift up this ring finger. We're going to take this finger and move it closer to the fret wire. This should be right next to the fret wire. So it's basically just like your A minor, except for now we're going to take this finger and we're going to put it right over here in the 3rd fret on the A string. And then we're going to play it from the A string down. This is going to be a little tricky. You're going to end up muffling out all kinds of strings, but you got to do the same thing. You know, bring your thumb down, curve those fingers, make sure you're using the tips, and then keep doing that until it comes out nice and clear. Check them from the A string down. And And there you go. There's your C major. It's going to take a little bit probably for you to get that nice and clean and clear. And then we have our D. First finger right here on the second fret on the G string. Move it over a little bit because we got to squeeze this finger in the second fret also, but on the high E. And then right in the middle on the B string, I'm going to put our ring finger right there in the third fret. Play that from the D string down. There's your D. You're going to do the same thing. Things are leaving over, muffled out. Do whatever you need to do, adjust those fingers until you can comes out nice and clean and clear. Finally, our G. First finger right here on the second fret in the A string. Going to put your second finger right here in the third fret of your low E. This finger, let's get these out of the way for a second. This finger is going to be third fret on your B string. Move that over a little bit because this pinky has to go in the third fret on the high E string. And then we'll add these two in. Again, you have to do whatever adjusting, muffled out, do whatever adjusting to get it to sound clean and clear. And yeah, so there is your G string. Your G chord. Now, I want to talk about something here, though, which you need to do. A really good thing to practice here is what's called finger targeting. So what you're going to do is usually everybody targets certain fingers. Like say for this, a lot of people will go over, oh, I got to get these in place and then add these. No. One thing you want to make sure is you actually want to be able to come towards these first. That's the strings you're striking first. So get those down first. But we're going to work towards you be able to come and hitting all of these at the same time. This is going to take time. But if you favor certain fingers, it's going to take a lot longer. So what you need to do is give each finger practice. So say we have our index finger. Go over here. Go to that fret. Put that first, add in the rest of them, then strum it. And then what you do, take your hand off, get a little shake, bring it back over here, target that one finger, then add the other ones, and strum it. And you're going to do like 10 of these, first finger. And you just keep doing that until you've done 10 of them. Then you're going to take another finger, say this one. Put that down first, then add the other fingers. Take it down, shake it out, put that up first, shake it out, do 10 of those, then maybe I'll use my ring, go that, add the rest of them, shake it out, target that finger, finally you target your pinky, shake it out, do 10 of those. And I know that I said don't do these first, but this is something different. This is we're targeting certain fingers. So this way, every single finger is getting some practice with targeting. Because really, I've been playing for a while, so I don't have any problems. You might go over to try and hit this one, and you may be okay when you go and you put these in place, and then you finally figure your way, you work your way over towards that. But you may notice when I'm just targeting that one, you may be going over here and going to the string above or here. It might be a little tricky at first. That's because there's no finger memory going on here. That you gotta keep working at it until your finger goes directly right there to the right spot. And if you do these like this with each individual finger, eventually you're going to be able to bring them all down at once. And what you'll do too is you'll do combinations at the next point. You'll do these and add that, maybe do these two and then add that. Maybe you do the two outer ones and add the rest. Maybe you do this and that and add the rest. You can do all kinds of different configurations. And again, the goal is to be able to work it towards until you can come down on each note in the chord all at the same time. And that's the way you're going to be able to go through play songs and whip through them really, nice and smoothly. So yeah. So there you go. Your first 5 common chords, along with a little finger memory exercise that you want to incorporate and work on it. So yeah, spend some time, a little bit of time working on that. Maybe grab a song that has some of these chords in it, practice that also. It's always good to attach this to something musical too. So yeah, there you go. Your first 5 common chords. Have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next lesson. All right, see you there.